What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another movie review. I'm Chase Lee, reviewing for DallasMovieScreenings.com, and the movie I want to take a look at right now is Honest Thief. Now, this one comes from Briarcliff Entertainment. It is directed by Mark Williams, and wanting to lead an honest life, a notorious bank robber turns himself in, only to be double-crossed by two ruthless FBI agents. So that is your plot right there, and it sounds like the plot to a Liam Neeson starring action film. And congratulations, you can mark that off on your bingo card because that's exactly what this is. Liam Neeson stars in this, and he is the notorious bank robber that turns himself in. It runs at an hour and 39 minutes, and going into this, I had no idea this even existed. I honestly didn't. I thought the only Liam Neeson film that came out this year, or was going to come out this year, was the one that he did with his son, the Made in Italy one. I guess he snuck in another action film, and I had no idea. So there you go. I didn't see any trailer for it, nothing. I just kind of went into it blind. But if you look at the poster, I'm looking at IMDb right now. If you look at the poster, it looks like all of his other action film posters. You know what you're going to get when you jump into these types of films. Liam Neeson action films are kind of like fast food at this point, where in a certain circumstance or particular situations, you might have fast food. It's, sometimes delicious in the moment. It's familiar. You're comfortable with it. You eat it. You have a decent time with it, and then you move on with your life. Or you can get food poisoning, and it's like the worst thing ever. So those are your only two options. So yeah, I know what to expect when going into these types of films. So I don't even have to watch anything. I can just understand what I'm getting myself into, and I'll understand everything about the movie. So after seeing it, it's exactly what you think it is. Honestly, pun intended, it is a decent Liam Neeson action film. There's nothing really exciting about it. There's really nothing bad about it. It's just kind of straightforward. It gets to the point. It doesn't waste any time with its story or characters. It jumps right into it. So I appreciate that, and it's just a giant cat and mouse game for an hour and 40 minutes, and, the good guys versus the bad guys, especially within the FBI, offices, are the bad ones going to be taken down by Liam Neeson or other agents? Yeah, that stuff, it could be exciting, but overall, it's fine, it's decent, but I will say that I would pick this one over, the Taken sequels, so you can put that as a pull quote on your Blu-ray there, so I give you permission for that. But no, honestly, it's fine. And I think with director Mark Williams here, let's go ahead and just start with him. It feels pretty safe, honestly, for a Liam Neeson action film. You figure the set pieces and the action sequences would be crazier, but they're actually kind of tame. It's actually kind of weird. Most of the violent stuff in this is just people double crossing each other and shooting a couple times in the chest, and that's about it. There's I think 2 car chase scenes, and they're pretty tame. They last 15, 20 seconds. They just seem to go by really quick. Like I said, there's really nothing insane about everything that's going on. Maybe that makes sense for this type of story. It's a little bit more grounded, so it's not as goofy and cartoonish. But then again, the performances are kind of... I'll get into that in just a second. But yeah, I feel like everything was just kind of safe. There's really no visual stylings to the action sequences. There was no literal punch to them. It was just kind of flatlining it. It's just coasting it, riding it to the finish line. And so yeah, I just thought all those sequences were kind of tame. The story itself and the characters, it's whatever. Once again, this movie treats everything just super quick. They want to get it all out of the way so you can get straight to the good stuff. And in a way, I guess that's fine. But also the relationships are rushed. There's not enough scenes with certain characters, so you don't feel that emotional heft when they have to make a bad decision or a difficult decision. But once again, I'm talking semantics. You know what you're going to get jumping into this. But they could have done a little bit more and rounded out the characters, the story, and the action sequences, and just kind of amped it up a little bit. Go to those places. Make this film crazy. And I think it would have had more of a personality to it. But I just thought from a directing standpoint, it's just, hey, he got the job done. So there you go. Performances. First of all, I would like to point out that this film has a great cast. Liam Neeson, Kate Walsh, Jai Courtney, Jeffrey Donovan, Anthony Ramos, Robert Patrick. What? How did this man get at all these people? And then I thought to the back of my mind when I was researching Mark Williams, if you're the co-creator of Ozark, you can kind of get whoever you want, because that show is critically acclaimed. It's acclaimed by a lot of people. And if your actor or actress hears that, they're going to want to be a part of your project. I mean, so I understand that. But the reason why I'm going to bump up this grade to, I'm going to go and just say, I'm going to give it a C plus instead of a C. I'm going to give it the plus because everyone was having a blast. Even with everything being kind of subpar and kind of just neutral with everything, the actors make this work and they make it enjoyable to watch. Listen, I love Liam Neeson and the way he delivers any type of dialogue. He's calm, he's precise, it's threatening. You do not want to mess with this man. And so when he's in these types of films, you linger on every single word that this man says because it's the way he delivers it. Like I said, it's just so calm, precise, and terrifying at the same time. He's just fun to watch. I could watch these movies all day, every day. So he's a blast to watch. I absolutely like that. The relationship he has with Kate Walsh, because that's the woman that he's quitting his bank robber life for. And the relationship, I guess, is cute, but there's really nothing there. And she does the best that she can with the script that is given to her. But my favorite people, even besides Liam Neeson, is Jai Courtney. That man is chewing up the scenery twofold. Like, he is just like having a blast on screen, and I love it. I will not say who he plays. He's one of the FBI agents, but I won't say whether he's good or bad, but the guy's having a blast. And, you know, the thing with Jai Courtney is I've started to realize after Suicide Squad, he's been doing a decent job. Because before that, the guy was getting railed left and right with being in the Die Hard film and just being in other films, and people feel like Jai Courtney was being pushed on us and like we didn't want him because he wasn't good. The guy is actually good at what he does. And when you see Suicide Squad and you see smaller films like Storm Boy, and then you see goofy stuff like this, he's got range. And I'm glad to see that like every single film that he does is different from the previous one. And it just makes me appreciate him even more. Like I said, chews up the scenery. Love it. Anthony Ramos is also good. Kind of does like a supporting FBI agent role here. There's a little bit more complexity to his character, a little bit more dimension, where he's kind of fighting that good and bad, side of his brain a little bit. That's all I'll say. But, he's definitely got the more, like I said, more dimension to his character than anyone in this movie. But there's not enough time with him, and, his home life is kind of stripped away. There's only one scene with that, and you figure we would have more considering what happens to him. But, whatever. Jeffrey Donovan and Robert Patrick are just, they are a duo as FBI agents as well. Once again, just really sinking themselves into the role. And if they have a good time, I have a good time. But as an overall film, because I do think the performances are the best thing, it just didn't really click with me as something like grand and I would like to watch again, but also not terrible. So, hey, I'll take that any day of the week. So I'll give it a C+. Just give it that extra bump because I enjoyed watching people in this. But what did you think of Honest Thief? Let me down below whether you loved it, hated it. Even if I don't reply to all the comments, I do read them all. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can get up-to-dates whenever I review anything. If you're more of a podcast person, you want these in audio form, I record these both at the same time. The Real Me and Colin Movie podcast feed, you can do just that. Subscribe to that feed and you get all these in audio form if that is more of your preference and you don't want to see whatever this face is right here that's talking to you. But that will do it for this review. I am Chase Lee for DallasMovieScreenings.com, and tune in next time for whatever I review next. I will see you guys later.